everybody, Lorraine Schray here. Hope you guys had a great day. So let's make our day even better with some movement. We're going to be exclusively on the floor today. So a couple of things. If you have somewhere around your house or wherever you may be, if you have something you can use as a prop, as a tool that resembles a band. So that could be a jump rope, it could be the belt that you wear around your waist for your pants, it could be a band. You don't have to have anything fancy like this. I just happen to have one of these elastic bands that we will use. But if you have a dog leash, again, a jump rope, a belt, something like that, go ahead and grab that first because we'll be using that today. Okay? Otherwise, you just need, if you have a yoga mat, great. If not, no big deal. You just find a space on the floor where you're going to need an arm's length and an arm's width amount of space. And the same thing with your legs, because we're going to be moving our legs for range of motion and flexibility in our legs. So you'll need space around you where you're not going to bump into anything. All right? So I'll give you a minute to kind of prepare and grab what you need. And again, we're going to do everything on the floor today, just mostly stretching and then some core work as well. So prepare your mind and we will begin. All right, so did you get your dog leash? Did you get your jump rope? I'm going to put it off to the side. We'll grab it in a little bit. But otherwise, let's just come to a nice seated posture, just in a butterfly. And close down your eyes just for a moment. And either take your hands to heart center or palms facing the sky. Again, your eyes are closed down. So we're just coming to an awareness of where we are. Feel that breath as you inhale through the nose and you exhale through the mouth. You feel that breath as you inhale going down the back of the throat, filling up the lungs, expanding the rib cage. And then on that exhale, you feel maybe even an audible sort of a sound as that breath goes by the back of your throat. Just energizing and heating us up, preparing us for movement with energy. Couple of more breaths. One more time. And then blink open your eyes. So bring your hands together and just circle your wrist. Just give your wrist a little bit of movement. There we go. Shake out the wrist. Roll the shoulders up and back. Roll the shoulders front. Hold still, cross the arms front and back. There we go. And then just stay right here with your hands behind you, maybe on the floor. Just roll the shoulders up and back and open up the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then release. Clasp your hands in the front, turn your hands inside out. Hinge back as though you're being socked in the tummy. Round out the top part of your shoulders. Take those hands behind you. Open up the heart. Release, grab those hands. Round out the top part of your back of your shoulders. Take those hands behind you. Open up the heart. Release, clasp those hands. Turn them inside out. Round back. And then from here, take those arms all the way up to the sky. Bring the arms down by your side. Inhale back up to the sky. Arms down by your side. Inhale back up to the sky. Exhale the right arm down and then reach over to the left. Go ahead and bend this right elbow. Just reach over. Inhale and then switch sides. And then you just kind of move nicely, gently, side to side. Couple more times each side. There's one. And there's two. Now take both arms, lengthen them back up to the sky. Lower the right arm, take the left arm across the right knee, and then take your gaze to the back. So a nice little spinal twist and a nice little squeezing of everything inside of your belly. Inhale, rise up to the sky. Exhale to the other side. Take that gaze to the back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Take the gaze back. Inhale, rise. Exhale to the back. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, just circle your arms behind you. Now unwind your legs. Take your feet as wide as your mat, or wider than your hips. And just windshield wiper. There we go. And then hold still right here. Now extend your legs long, kind of in a straddle, whatever straddle width is available for you. And then you'll just kind of walk your hands forward and just find a spot where your hamstrings say, ooh, that's enough, no more. Maybe you're able to put the elbows on the floor. And then walk those hands back, walk those hands forwards, walk those hands back. And as we're walking forwards, we're making sure that we're not here like this, right? We're lengthening out the spine, walking forwards and walking back. One more time, walking forwards and walking back. Now, bend the left knee behind you, yep. And then rotate the hips so they face that forwards leg. And then just walk down and then come on back up. Same thing, walking down, come on back up. And again, walking down, come on back up. One more time, walking down, and then rise back up. Now we're gonna stay here, but you're gonna unwind this leg and bring the knee in towards the inner thigh. And then the same thing. Now your range of motion is gonna be much different. So as we walk down, maybe this is as far as you get. This hip is getting a really nice stretch. Or you just go to wherever your range is. And then we walk back. We're just kind of warming up, that's all. Walk down, come on back. One more time, all the way down, come on back. All right, then we're gonna unwind this leg, get into that straddle, rotate, walk down, walk back. Again, trying to not have your back in a really bad posture like that, but lengthen. Walking down, walking back. And again, walking down, and walking back. Stay right there. All right, let's take that right leg, bend it behind you. Hips square facing that forwards leg. And here we go, walking down. You might have a bigger range of motion here and back. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Your knees are soft. Walking down. Come on back one more time. Walking down. Come on back. Stay right here. We're going to unwind this leg and then rotate so the foot faces the inner part of the thigh. And again, this hip is probably not going to give you a very big range, so you just take this to wherever you are. Maybe you're here, wherever you may be. Yep, wherever you may be. Maybe you just want to stay in one spot. Come on back. Let's go a couple of more times. So again, we're just getting warmed up, that's all. We're gonna hold some static stretches in a little bit. And rise up, there we go. And then unwind. So this is where we started. Let's see if you have a bigger range now. Can you go forward just a little bit more? And then come on up. Rotate. Can you go forward just a little bit more? And then rise up. Other side. Can you go a little bit deeper into that stretch and rise up? All right, now bring the bottoms of the feet together, open up into a butterfly, and then put those elbows on top of the inner thigh and maybe move side to side. Just little movements, opening up the hips. There we go. And then let's hold still. Maybe you stay right here, or maybe you walk those hands forwards. lower the head down maybe. Even if you're here and those elbows are still on top of the thighs, just kind of release and relax the back of the neck. And then let's slowly come on up. Pull your knees together, extend the left leg, take the right leg, cross it over, right hand is behind you, take that elbow across the right knee, open up the heart, and then gaze off to the side. And then unwind, we will switch sides, gaze over to the back. And then unwind. Okay, so just a little bit of a warm up. Now you went and you grabbed that dog leash, you went and grabbed the jump rope or a belt. So, and again, I'm going to use my band, not necessary, just something that you have. All right, so now you're going to go long ways on your mat, and you're going to lower yourself all the way down to your back. So lower yourself all the way down to your back. And let's start with the right leg. So you're going to take your belt, your leash, whatever you have, keep the left leg bent, and then place that prop that you have on the arch of your foot, okay? And then you're going to hold on with one hand on either side, okay? So this leg right here is bent. Let's not keep it straight yet, but we'll bend it. And then you're just going to, whatever range of motion works for you, you're going to pull the leg towards you. Pull it towards you. Now mine is elastic, so I could open it up, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, I'll keep it still so I can be as though I have a belt as well. So I'm going to take this to whatever range works for me. Now, what I want you to really be aware of as you are putting a demand on the flexibility of the hamstring and the hips, make sure you're very deliberate with disengaging the quadricep. So that's the whole front part of the leg. Make sure you're not tightening up this muscle. Let this muscle release and relax. So your band, your leash, your jump rope, your belt is your anchor. Your arms are telling your leg where to go, and your prop that you have is supporting your leg. So in other words, I'm not using any muscles. Right here I'm using muscles, but when I have the band on or when I have my prop on, I'm letting that prop do all the work so I can release and deactivate the muscles so I can increase my range of motion and flexibility. So I don't want my muscles to be tight so that I don't get an extra range. So you have to kind of put your mind to the muscle group and think about allowing yourself to release and let go. So maybe we just hold it at the top and we just give it a little tiny, very controlled, with the knee bent if you need to. Just don't lock your joints, legs can be straight. All right, now let's hold our leg up to the top. Imagine that there's a clock and the top is 12. I like to take both sides of what I'm holding into my opposite hand, my left hand, and then I'm going to drop that leg over to the right. So now my leg is just being anchored in my prop, whatever I'm using. I've still got this left leg right here bent. So I'm really getting a really nice adductor stretch, the inner part of the thigh. Again, my muscles are deactivated. The quadriceps are not active, so they're not holding my leg up. It's my prop that's holding my leg up. And my opposite arm is the tool that's guiding and telling me where to go. So I'm out to 9 o'clock right now. Now I'm going to, again, not let the muscles take over, but I'm going to use my arm and pull my leg back up to the 12 o'clock. Now I'm going to keep holding on with my opposite arm. I'm going to go down to 6 o'clock. I'm going to go around to 9 o'clock, back up to 12 o'clock, down to 6, around to 9, back up to 12. So this is where you really have to connect with allowing yourself to release, to let go of muscle activation, right? Because we are trying to increase flexibility in ligaments, in tendons, in hip movement. So you're just sort of going a half of a circle. Yeah. And again, my arm is telling my leg where to go. My leg is being supported by this prop. So I should be getting a wonderful, controlled range of motion. And then somewhere along the way, if it feels good to just hold it, like, yeah, that's right where my hip needs it. Or, yeah, that's right where my hip needs it. Or maybe right here, I just need to hold this a little bit longer. Or wherever you feel you need that. Now let's stay at the 12 o'clock. And then we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to go around to the 9, down to the 6, back up to the 12. Around the 9, down to the 6, back up to the 12. So yeah, so you're just doing a half circle and you have gone in both directions. Yeah, just some nice, wonderful hip movements here. Yeah. And then let's find our way back up to the 12 o'clock. Hold it right here. And then you can hold on to your prop with both hands or maybe with the right hand. This time extend the bottom leg and drop that leg over to the left, to the other side. Keep a nice bend in your knee. Now we're not doing anything here except for just adding the twist, that's all. So no movement right now, we're just holding that stretch. And then let's pull back up and then bend your knee. If you want to maybe go one more round, you could do that. Bend your knee and then we'll switch sides. So I'm going to bring the other leg in. It's secure. So please make sure that your prop is secure on the arch of your foot. Or if you're wearing shoes, that it's definitely on the arch of your foot so that it's not too high up by your toes or too far down by your ankle so that it can, slide down or pop off. We want to be safe. So, just like the other side, I've got this right leg bent and I'm just going to find my range of motion. I'm just going to connect with knowing that my muscles are not active, my quadriceps are not active. I don't care if I have straight legs. I just care about that range of motion and my hamstring getting a nice yummy stretch at the top. I'm not being ballistic by pulling that leg. I'm being very deliberate and controlled with my movement. And then somewhere along the way, if what you need is to just hold it and just maybe little tiny pulsing movements, maybe that feels good, or you just hold it there. Oh yeah, that hamstring and that glute are feeling a wonderful stretch. Yeah. Then we're going to come back up to the 12 o'clock. I'm going to hold both sides of my prop in the opposite hand. You don't have to. And then I'm going to drop that leg over to the left. Again, that adductor, the inner part of the thigh, is getting a wonderful stretch. Oh yeah. And I'm just kind of holding it statically. Then again, I'm going to pull that leg back up to the 12 o'clock, and then I'm going to have my half circle. So I'm going to go down to the 6, around to the 3, up to the 12, down to the 6, around. So again, making yourself aware that you're allowing that quadricep to just be relaxed. That hip is getting some really nice movement in the hip joint. It's a half a circle in one direction here. Then when we get to the top of the 12 o'clock, we can go the other way. We can go around to the 3, down to the 6, up to the 12, just like that. And then of course take note that your right side and left side of your body probably don't have the same range. We have one dominant side, I'm sure. And then somewhere along the way here, maybe you just need to stop and say, oh yeah, this right about there is where I need it. Right about there is where I want to hold this stretch. Just whatever you feel like you need. Dog leash should work. Jump rope should be working just fine. Your belt should be working just fine. And then let's find your way up to the 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to extend that right leg down. I'm going to grab with the same side and I'm going to take that left leg over. And again, I'm not moving this leg, I'm just getting a spinal twist and just an outer part of the thigh. Woo! That's a good stretch. And then I'm going to gently pull back up. I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to release my prop. I'm going to bring my knees into my chest. And I'm going to grab my feet and just happy baby side to side. And then I'm going to hold to the center, place my feet on the floor, windshield wiper. So my feet are wider than my hips. And I'm dropping both knees to the same side. Like, imagine windshield wipers on your car. Just like that. There we go. Okay. So we're in the perfect posture to add some core movement, you guys, some core exercises. So tuck your knees in, give yourself a hug, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, and then release. Now bring your knees to 90 degrees. Take your arms down by your side. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, and little tiny pulses right here. With little breaths as you pull the right and left side of your core together. Pull and pull, pull, pull. So think about, maybe imagine a set of curtains where you're pulling those curtains together, or a set of French doors. That's your core, your rectus abdominis. You're pulling it together, keeping it closed right there. For 8 and 7, come on guys. There's 6 and 5. There's 4 and 3. There's 2, and hold it and relax down. Take those hands right behind your neck, supporting your neck. Place your feet on the floor. Do a little bit of a pelvic tilt, tuck your hips under, and just lift and lower. So we'll do in sets of 20. So we're lifting and lower. So you're on the honor system, of course, but we'll try to keep it balanced. We'll try to keep it so that we're doing about 20 reps of everything. So you are, again, continuing to think about pulling the right and left side of your core together. Your chin is away from your chest. Your hands are supporting your neck. Your breath is exhaling, inhaling. Exhale, inhale. How about 4 more? There's 3. There's 2. 1, and hold at the bottom. Now, extend the legs all the way up to the sky. Take your arms down by your side and alternate one leg at a time down towards the floor. Now you're pressing your lower back into the floor. Your belly button is pressing into your spine. Guys, having a strong core is your foundation. It helps with so many things, with your posture, with your alignment. Alternating, taking those legs close to the floor or maybe not. Maybe you're here. Either way, we want our lower back to be pressed into the floor. How about 4 more? And 3. There's 2. There's 1 and 1. Hold those legs together, bend the knees, place them on the floor. Put those arms back behind your head, supporting your head. And then we'll bring the opposite elbow towards the knee. Right there. Opposite elbow towards the knee. Right there. So you're thinking about bringing that elbow up towards the shin. So we're activating our obliques right now. Those are the abdominal muscles on the side. Yeah, so we're pulling, extending. Make sure you don't round out these shoulders and pull your knee too close so the elbow doesn't have very far to go, because you want a lifting action to be happening. You want a lifting. So you want to try to think of bringing the elbow up towards the knee, towards the shin. How about 4 more? There's 4. And 3. There's 2. And 1. And then we'll switch sides. Tuck in, extend. Tuck and extend. Again, so this is activating the oblique muscles, the abdominal muscles on the sides. Thinking about exhale as you come together, inhale. And of course you can go at your own tempo. Make that breath very deliberate. Don't hold your breath. How about 4 more? 4 and 3. There's 2 and 1, and stay right here. Tuck those knees into your chest. There we go. And then extend those legs all the way up to the sky. Now let's lower the left leg down towards the floor and bend the right knee. Now hold on to your knee. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. And then just give that knee a little tug, tug. And then you're going to switch sides. Tug, tug. Switch sides. Tug, tug. And a little tug, tug. Now, if this bothers your neck, you can absolutely have your head, neck, and shoulders on the floor, right there. But we want to try to not let the leg that's extended touch the floor, so it stays up off of the floor. So a little tug, tug, a little tug, tug, and a tug. There are so many core exercises, guys, right? These are just a very few of them. Either way, we're putting a demand on the core, our strength, our foundation. How about 4 more? There's 4. There's 3. There's 2. There's 1. Hold the tuck. Lower yourself down. Whew, all the way. Now extend your legs all the way up to the sky. Arms are down by your side. Try your very best to glue your feet together. Keep your lower back flat on the floor and lower your legs down as soon as that back comes off the floor. That's far enough. So maybe your range is just here and back up. Or maybe you're going closer, 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 closer to the floor and then right back up again. So you're lowering down, 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 and then right back up. Taking your time, thinking about, kind of picture your rectus abdominis. Again, thinking about a set of curtains. As they close, you pull them together. That's what you're imagining that you're doing with the rectus abdominis, a muscle group in the front of the core. Now, can you bend your knees and do this? You totally can. We just want to make sure that the lower back doesn't come up off of the floor, right? So you can bend the knees and just press the belly button down into the spine. For sure, just a little bitty movement, just like that. How about 4 more? There's 4. There's 3. There's 2. There's 1. Rise up. Bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. Now, take your arms behind you, all the way behind you. Press your feet into the floor, so take your feet a little bit out in front of you. And then again, trying to keep that lower back pressed into the floor. Now you are going to use a little bit of momentum here. So swing the arms up, reach up, come on down to the back. A little bit of momentum is okay, and up, reach to the back. A little bit of momentum is okay. Make sure you're pressing those feet into the floor. Press the feet into the floor, rise up, press the feet into the floor, lower down. Should we do the famous 4 more? 4 and 3. There's 2. And there's 1. And stay right here. All right. So, let's keep our knees tucked. Take your hands behind you. All different options here. Tuck your knees into your chest. You could stay on our hands for now. Extend the legs, lower them down. Tuck them in, extend them up, lower down. Tuck them in, extend them up. Maybe they only lower to there. Whatever is working for you. Tuck, extend, and lower. Tuck, extend, and lower. Tuck, extend, and lower. Woo! Extend and lower. Shall we? Let's do 4 more. 4. Boom, boom. 3. 2. And 1, 1, 1. Rock yourself again all the way up. Hold on to the knees. Toes are on the floor. Take the shoulders, bring them up and back. Lift the toes up off of the floor. So maybe this is where you just stay, okay? With those, this is enough of a demand for you. That's totally fine. Or maybe your hands are behind on your hamstrings. That's fine too. Or maybe you let go all the way, okay? So whatever you're going to choose to do, you do you, and we're gonna hold it for 8 counts. Choose your variation. Here we go. Hold it for 8 and 7, 6. Embrace the wiggles, you guys, and the shaking of the core. 4, 3, 2. Come on down to those toes on the floor. Maybe give yourself a hug. We've got that twice more. So open up the heart. Toes on the floor. Lift them up. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Ready? Here's 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. So this time, let's take our feet as wide as our mat, or as wider than your hips, and then we'll do the windshield wiper side to side. So while we're working on core, our hip flexors took a pretty good demand on all of those movements as well. All right, so we're still staying seated, okay? And we're going to do that little bit of a pelvic tilt, but open up the heart, and you're going to hinge back just a little bit with that tilt, remember? So we're not here like this, but we've got that little bit of a tilt, okay? And then we're just going to move side to side, side to side, just like that. Now, another option would be to keep your feet up off the floor. That's another variation. Of course, it's a little bit more demanding on the core, so you just choose what works best for you. Sometimes we just try a little bit of everything and see how it goes. And sometimes our body says, "Ooh, that's enough." And then you go back to whatever modified variation, and you join back in, and you try it again, and you just keep challenging yourself that way. Take yourself out of your comfort zone, yeah? It's good to be a little bit uncomfortable. Try something new, put a demand on your body, and let's hold still and we'll double time. So we've got shorter range of motion, faster tempo. So shorter range, faster tempo. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. There's 2, and 1, and hold it. Come on up, give yourself a hug. And then let's go back to those windshield wipers. Again, those hips can take a pretty big demand, those hip flexors. Okay, so we've done a lot with the core in the front and some with the obliques, okay? So our core, you guys, is also the back of your body, your erector spinae muscles, the muscles that are on either side of your spine, those long muscles. Those are really important to work as well when we're working on core. They're part of our core. So we wouldn't want to be really strong here and then really weak here. Back issues, right? Or stronger here and really weak in the core. We want to try to find balance. Okay, so let's come on over. We're just a little bit more of the obliques. We're going to come onto our knees. Okay? And you're going to extend the right leg, and then you're going to be on your left arm. So we want to make sure that we're not sinking into that arm, but you want to be strong, okay? But you don't need to have a lot of weight distributed on this arm and into the wrist. So arm comes up, right arm comes up and over, you bring the elbow knee together, you extend. Right there. So this, of course, is targeting the obliques, the abdominal muscles on the side right here. Imagine that the bottom part of the rib and the top part of the hip are tightening up and coming together. Yeah, we just kind of play games with our movements, and whatever can make us feel, can make us understand what's happening and how best we can isolate. Those are all good things. Yeah, because we don't want to just go through the motions. We want to do things with a purpose. Yeah. Shall we do 4 more? 4, 3, there's 2, 1. Hold it long, give yourself an extra little stretch just because it feels so good. Rotate over to a tabletop and do some cat-cows. You drop the belly, tilt the tailbone, the eyes gaze up. There's your inhale on your cow. Exhale to the cat. You round your shoulders up a lot. Oh, that feels good. Pull the belly button into the spine. And then come on up. And then we'll switch sides. So now we extend the left leg. That right arm is on the floor. Remember, we're not sinking into that right arm, but we're having stability in the shoulders and in the wrist. Lengthen long, lift, and here we go. Elbow, knee come towards each other. Maybe they don't touch. Totally fine. No big deal. Yeah, we're just coming together. Again, thinking of the top part of the hip, the bottom part of the rib as they come together. Inhale, exhale. There you go. Big movements. So the front, the side, and then we're going to work the back of the body as well. Oh yeah. There's 4 more, how about that? And 3. There's 2. There's 1, hold it. Give yourself a wonderful stretch. Oh yeah. And then let's rotate to a tabletop and do a cat-cow. Drop the belly, tilt the tailbone, take the eyes gaze up. There's your inhale. There's your exhale, tuck your hips under, round your shoulders way up. Oh, that should feel good. All right, so from here, you guys, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. So all the way down to your belly on the floor. Yeah. Tuck the toes under in the back, extend those legs long, and then take your hands and place your hands folded. Keep your head neutral and lift your elbows up off the floor, lifting your chest up off the floor at the same time. So we're here, Not a big movement. We're just holding. So as soon as we did that, we activated the muscles on either side of our spine, our rectus spinae muscles. Your core, still a part of your core. We need to really find balance. If you have a sore back, it could be because it's weak. So we want to strengthen the front and the back of the core. Now from here, take those arms, reach them behind you like Superman, Superwoman. And see if maybe you can get a little bit more of a chest lift. Again, the head is neutral. And we're just holding it. Let's bring those arms back to the front. Hands underneath your chin. Now, as we incorporate the legs, if you like, if you need to, you could put your elbows all the way on the floor. And you could put your chin on your hands if you need to. And then you're going to lift your legs up in the back. So either you're lifting up everything or the top part of your body is down if you need that for a modification. No problem. So lift up those legs behind you. And then little flutter kicks. Little flutter kicks. Maybe take those arms back for the Superman, Superwoman, Superstar. So the glutes are being activated right here also, right? Oh yeah. All those muscles on either side of your spine, they are definitely active. They are engaged. Take those hands back to underneath your chin. Hold everything still. Maybe one last little big lift, and then release and relax down. Take those hands right by your chest. Inhale, rise up to an upward facing dog, and then exhale, come on back to a child pose. So you're settling your hips down towards your heel, just kind of counter stretching that back because it got a pretty big demand on it. All right, so come on up to a tabletop. And then still working the back, extend your left leg, and then extend the right arm and just lift and hold it. So just this alone, just that lifting right there is activating the erector spinae muscles. So just this. And then if you wanted to add a little bit of pulsing, the glute is taking some of the demand as well. Little tiny movements. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, and come on down. Switch sides. Extend the right leg, lengthen the left arm, lift. So as we talked about earlier, where we're not sinking into that supporting arm, same thing here. You want to make sure you're not sinking, right? Lengthen that shoulder, and then little tiny. So you've got the opposite arm and leg, right? Little tiny lifts right here. For 8 and 7. There's 6 and 5. There's 4, 3. There's 2. Hold it. And then come on back down. Woo! Go back to a child pose real quick. All right. So you either love them or you don't. Planks. All sorts of variations for planks though. So we're going to start on our elbows. So I want you to make sure your elbow and your shoulder are in the same line. Okay? Then you're going to tuck your toes under in the back. And you're going to drop the hips down, or you're going to come down to your knees. Either way. Again, we're making sure we're not sinking into those shoulders, right? But we've got that pelvic tilt right there. Again, you're either on the knees right here, a little round like a cat, rounding of the shoulders, but then lengthen them down. So maybe cat them just to see what it feels like, and then lengthen them down. Or you're up here on your toes, right there. And then, if you're on your knees, we're tapping the knees out to the side. If you're on the toes, we're tapping the toes. 8 counts. All right, my friends, let's do this. 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. There's 4 and 3. There's 2 and 1 and hold it. Now everybody lower to your knees and come on up on your hands. All right? So whether you're on your knees or on your toes, we're all going to be on our hands. Yeah? So again, you've got that little bit of a pelvic tilt right there. You've got that rounding of the shoulders and then that lengthening of the shoulders, okay? So either way, knees or toes. Up we go. And then this time we're on our hands because this time we're going to tap our hands out to the side. Tap, tap. So we're trying our best to not let the hips move a lot. Not let the hips move a lot when we tap. All right, here we go. I'll start counting. 8, 7, 6, 5, woo, 4, and 3, there's 2, and 1, and 1, hold it, lower those knees down, come on back into a child's pose, woo. And then come on up to a tabletop, drop your hips to one side, any side, doesn't matter, and come on and swing yourself around. So we're going to go back to our prop, which was that leash, that jump rope, that belt. So anything you have. So that was just a little bit of core. There's so much core work we can do, you guys. And I will incorporate that with all of our workouts. So we're gonna rotate our shoulders, all right? So you're gonna take your prop and you're gonna lift it up high, okay? Now your shoulders may not let you go any further, all right? So then I want you to take your width wider and longer. Excuse me 1 second, oh dear. Battery's getting low, but we are almost done. Oh boy. So yeah, just real quick, we've got, the whole purpose of this is because I want you to take your range of motion back and back up without this happening, right? Without this happening. So however wide you need to go with your prop so that you can get a full range without torquing your shoulder, right? So wherever you need to go without torquing the shoulder, yeah? It's so good to have mobility, you guys, in all of our joints. Yeah, mobility in the joints. Making sure you're drinking lots of water, guys. Lots of water, that's the key. Lots of water. And then how about you stay at the top and just reach over to one side. Oh, and you kind of get a nice side body stretch. Then you're coming up and over to the other side, a side body stretch. Let's do that one more time. One more time. And then come on up. Very gently come on down. Place that off to the side. Clasp your hands, round out how we started. Pull the belly button to the spine. Give your upper back a really nice rounded shoulder stretch right there. And then let's come on up, rise up. Let's close down your eyes. Again, taking those hands to heart center or maybe palms face the sky. Close down your eyes. Let's come to an awareness of calming the breath. Thank you everyone for being open to something different, being open to movement, recognizing the importance of range of motion, recognizing the importance of your core strength. That is your foundation. A strong torso in the front, a strong torso in the back has so many benefits. Thank you for taking the time to share with me. Take our hands together and thank you. I'll see you next time.